What's up? What's up? Here it is. This is the weekly recap video, Monday through Friday. This was the week of January 23rd through January 27th. Let's just go over some of the charts that we were looking at on each day. See if anything's looking good for a setup or some pullbacks, maybe as entry points, possibly. This is ACP, 781 a share. Daily charts looking boring, but this pullback's looking proper. Holding the 200-day moving average here. Weekly chart has some more defined levels. Failure of the 50-week moving average, if you look at it this way. That's ACP. Ally, ALLY. This is a stock we were watching on Monday. Once this happened, basically, started popping up on our radar. Potentially working on the 200-day moving average here. Volume comes back in the most on the buying days. Consolidation days, volume's dropping off. Move looks okay. Couldn't say I'm excited about anything here necessarily. That's ALLY, ally. APCX, Aptech. Aptech has a strong chart on the 60-day chart here. Daily chart, solid moves. Maybe prime for a consolidation zone around the $4.50 to $5 range. Not anything I'm looking to get into at the moment. Next up, ATRO. Golden cross has occurred. This thing gassed it off of that too. From about $11 up to $14, $15, you could say. Wow. Yep. And then has consolidated ever since. Volume is dropping off cleanly during this consolidation as well. We'll see where we're going from here, though. That's ATRO. Next up, we got BWEN. BWEN potentially has had a bit of a pullback here into this zone. May be looking to test up higher, or could need to test down a little lower into a different consolidation area here. The round top on this, I'm not sure about. We'll see. Nothing special. Holding on though. Chevron. Oh boy. Gassed it on earnings. Sold off hard on the next day, like completely insanely hard on the next day. Wow. Oh no, excuse me. Gassed it on earnings post market. Had a full continuation day and just got crushed back into the normal zone it was in here. What the heck? Man, what a powerful move for Chevron. Shoot, this could be a spot to add right here for sure. If we could see potential work back up towards 185, 190. Sick, actually. The chart looks good. I'd say you have a good opportunity here for a nice pullback if that's what this is going to be. Heavy volume selling it off there. I'm not against it, though. I'm not against it. I don't know, give or take something like this. That's probably the best way to see it. I don't know. I think this is an opportunity here to add if you want to maybe try out some debit spreads or something called debit spreads so you're not spending too much. That's an idea for me, at least. Do with it what you will, as I always say. Not a recommendation, as my friend says. GILD, Gilead. I expected them to sell off a little harder, but they, however, have consolidated all week. But the volume here, I don't know if that's a but, the volume here comment, but let's see. This is a nice hold of a support area around $82, actually. Consolidation here looks kind of crazy. Very volatile. Interesting, though. I wonder what's about to occur here for Gilead. GILD. Not sure how to feel about it. Big gap down here around 71. I do expect it to have some type of pull in, but tough to say. Google, Alphabet. Consolidated above the 50-day moving average nicely. Volume on the bounce. Needs to break out here, so there's just concern, I think, on that day. We closed below these levels still, so volume is potentially increasing here from the previous day at the very least. Volume increased on the touch of the 50-day moving average here. Yeah, that's a nice support area for Google. I think this has potential to work its way up to 105. However, maybe we create a head and shoulders type of a pattern here for Google. Could be a good iron condor possibility. I'd say you could hit Google from $93, $94 range and like 105, 106 range for the top side potentially. It's a little close for my liking. I would probably aim for Google like around 110 and 111 at least, maybe 111 for sure, but just in case this thing blasts off, it's tough to say right now because everything's got these heavily suppressed 50-day moving averages below the 200s, so it's like whenever those are going to decide to come back into play above the 200 day like they should be when it's healthy, things might get wild. So I am hesitant to iron condor things like Microsoft and things like AMD or Google because of that exact thing. Anyways, there's Google. GRMN. Garmin. Golden crossover about to occur, it looks like. And for that to continue occurring, Garmin's going to have to hit the gas here a little bit, possibly to 101, 102 kind of range. If it's something similar in size here, this is about a $4 move. We could be looking at, yeah, it makes sense. 102, 101, sure. Golden crossover continuation, though, could boost us to 105, maybe 106 range at least. 107 is possible too here for Garmin. Not playing it, just something that was on the list for Monday. Lily, getting wild, getting buck. This is the same for me like Gilead. Also hitting this support area here, but I think this might be a potential pullback for a possible continuation lower. I'm looking for a 330 target for Lily, LLY, something like that. 331 maybe by the time it gets there, but I don't know. This could just be hitting support and getting bought up. Just a little bounce here. We're back into this lower range though, so we'll see. Leap Therapeutics, LPTX. Unique chart here, consolidation patterns. Kind of weird. Not 100% comfortable with this. This could be a breakout, but it looks like it's going to need to work its way right back up into here, into the 70 cents range for that to be confirmed. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck sideways for a little bit here. Extremely sideways range, extremely tight range right here from 65 to $68, 65 cents to 68 cents range. It could be a good sign, meaning that whenever this move does snap, it might have some power here. I am looking for targets of 79.80 and a test of the 200-day eventually, as always. You know my style by now, I'm sure, at 95 cents, just to see what could happen for Leap Therapeutics, LPTX. OFIX, OFIX, bouncing between the 50 and 200 day. Chart has a extremely nice or possibility of a head and shoulders here in some ways. This thing might be ready to go. Earnings are about to drop here eventually. When? Let's find out. February 24th, about a month away. Maybe we pull back into about the $20 or $19 range to work our way back up again. Or it's going to start hitting the gas here. That would be sick. We'll see. Tor, Tunia, Tour, Tor. Resistance level at 250. Closed above that at 252. Volumes increasing upon pull after pullback has decreasing volume. Starting to come in with some volume on the breakout. TOUR, Chinese Hotel Resorts Casinos Company, and has some potential. TOUR. Walmart, WMT. Weekly, potential weekly head and shoulders here on the 2-year week chart. 1-year day charts, a little more descriptive for this company right now. I have no idea how I feel about what's going on here. I know they did just talk about launching an e-commerce platform. All right, let's go through Tuesday. We got Tuesday's list here. AMK, Asset Mark Holdings. Coming in nicely towards the top of its range. Breakout above the $26 range is important. $26.50 was important. Holding above it currently. Closed almost at it. Exactly. Interesting. Okay, that's AMK. Array. ARAY. Pullback looked clean and held. Looking for this to work its way up towards 260 for a breakout continuing up to maybe 280, give or take. Get a golden crossover here as a potential positive sign as well if that happens. Okay. CLBT, Celebrite. CLBT. Continuing after we've seen it. Pullback seems nice. Pullback seems nice. Not sure if this is going to hold yet. It might need to really hit the gas here for it to decide to hold above the 200 day, but it could pull back fully in. I think we had a nice test of the 200 day though here with these two bars. Seems like this thing might be pulling away from us with a clean pullback possibly here. Yeah, continuation potential for sure for CLBT. CRM, Salesforce, continuation since we've seen it for sure. It was a super bullish couple of days. Golden crossover for DPRO. This is good looking for sure. IINN. Holding the 200-day moving average here. Barely. Needs to hold it, I should say, for IINN. MNPR. Looks a little stuck right now, but we'll see. Shopify, shop, SHOP. Just strong as could be, actually. I know there was a big money trade that was noticed by a stock stream that I watch as well during this breakout, I believe. Or even it might have been placed a different day, but anyways. Continuation is strong here. Golden crossover continuing as well. Breakout above 48.50 leads us up to 51 level. 53.50, 59. Shopify. TCRX. Pretty nasty hold below the 50-day moving average. I don't love to see that, but it could be that this thing's... Yeah, this looks like it's going to actually continue lower. I'm staying away from that. VUZI, VUZI. Consolidating and quite a bit, you could call it stuck in between the 50 and 200-day moving averages. Or it's making a nice clean wedge pattern too, if you want to say that as well. Something like this. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably, actually. Looks really good on this chart. I didn't even see that. Yeah. Little wedge pattern for VUZI, if you like to play it. Okay, Wednesday's list. A little smaller. This company had a positive vibe in my eyes. I was thinking this is going to be a winner for sure just because of its business. I feel like it might be a slow mover though. Concrete Pumping Holdings, BBCP. Price targets are around 750, I think, give or take for at least one that I see here. I think they gave good guidance as well, if I remember. That's BBCP. Next, we got BIAF, Bioaffinity Technologies. Consolidation pattern, perfect right now. A little wedge as well. You could call it just like Vuzi. Something similar. We'll see how these play out. We'll take some notes on it and learn a thing or two. How about that? Keep our eyes on it. That's BIAF. Iovance Biotherapeutics, IOVA. Small breakout here has occurred, but it got a bit stuck upon doing so. Held above the levels that it needs to hold above for it to be solid, and potential continuation into tomorrow, next week, Monday. Keurig Dr. Pepper, KDP. JP Morgan price target adjustment to 41, maintains overweight. That's up from 40. Credit Suisse remains neutral on KDP. Price target up, however, to 38, up from 36. KDP, Keurig Dr. Pepper. PTGX, Golden Cross has just occurred. This might be sick. Protagonist Therapeutics, PTGX. Large gap to fill up to the $18 range. Golden Cross just occurred. All right, let's do Thursday really quick. We got Thursday here. AHKSY, Asahi Kasei, Carbon Fiber Recycling Technology. Claim of the 200-day moving average is solid. Continuation around $15.50 or $16 would probably create a golden cross over here. Looking good for AHKSY. AMD consolidating in between the 50 and 200 just like we expect. I expect this to shoot towards $79 price target range for in my opinion. I should say. I'm looking for AMD to hit about 80 for a eventual breakout of the 50 to the 200-day crossing back over. Boeing consolidating on the trend line here. You could call it a head and shoulders. It's a pretty steep one, but you could call it a head and shoulders. I'll do it. I'll say it. How about it? I call that a head and shoulders if I've seen one ever. Why not? That looks almost like a perfect head and shoulders. Okay, yeah. Boeing potential to go, I think, in my opinion. CDTX. Getting pretty volatile here after the golden crossover. Getting a bit stuck inside range. We need to see a continuation and test back above 140, 150 for sure for CDTX. CVV continuing to just hit the gas here. $10-year chart, 7-year breakout, give or take, 5 to 6-year breakout, give or take, maybe. Insane move. Heavy volume coming in here. I don't know if this is going to need to reset itself and do something just like this, like it did before. This could be a super gnarly head and shoulders at that point if it goes back down to 8. Anything below this, I would say, is a potential opportunity for it to go below 8, go down to 8, and you could possibly look to either short here, I think, in my opinion, but it's just getting so gnarly, and they got 10 orders for their system, so I don't know. Maybe it's time to just get long this stock and shut up. But anyways, this one is a good one. They do semiconductor gas maintenance while the semiconductors are being created. Dare, DARE, and that, by the way, that was CVV. CBD equipment is CVV stock. DARE, Dare. Gassed up above the 200 day here. Looks like it needs to pull in or hold or just decide what's going to happen here. Pullback potential is heavy for DAR. EHTH. eHealth. Claim the 200 day moving average. Retested it. Pulled back up above the previous level it had. Alright. eHealth. GOVX. Pulled straight back in from the 200 day down to the 50 day again. Possibility for major support coming in here. Or this is just such a nasty, vicious sell-off, it's going to get stuck. I don't know. GOVX, I didn't expect it to get hit so hard on the short side. Microsoft. Expecting a test of the trend line here around 250. I know Microsoft does like to gravitate around the 250 to 265 range. Recently, at least. NN. Possible failure here of the 50-day moving average. Not looking super hot. Levels of 280 need to get tested on the downside. 260 possibly on the downside for NN. Neurometrics. Claim the 50-day. Holding with a small pullback, kind of not even too much of a pullback, but just, that wick here, whatever you want to call that. Maybe it's a pullback, but it just is some type of little hold consolidation here. Strong hold, technically, in my opinion, for NURO Neurometrics. NWSA News Corp is next. NWSA. Gap up here. Fat gap up. Maybe needs to get filled, or we'll see. Yeah, I think this needs to get filled here down to the 1950 range for NWSA. PAC B, PACB, Pacific Bioscience. Chart looks pretty good if the breakout wants to continue. Couldn't even get itself down to the 50-day moving average at all. Gassed up right off of it. Possible good signs. Needs to break above 1255 and 1260 range for sure. But we could have potential here for PAC B to the upside if it wants to hit the gas. What do I got? I got a couple shares of that. I do for sure. Just literally a couple. I think maybe 10 shares. I'm playing it small. Tesla. Gas pedal on Tesla. Maybe needs to pull into the 50-day moving average here, or it's just not going to at all. Like this. Just gas pedal, slight pullback, not even close to the 50-day, but just a slight pull in here. Maybe to 167 or something like that. Could be a great time to add to Tesla at 167. But geez, Tesla just has room to run for sure, at least up to probably like 200 and then 220 type of a thing. UEC. Tesla's wild. I love Tesla. It's just a wild, fun stock to watch and try to get involved in if you can. UEC looking for a breakout of the 450 range to work its way up towards the $5 and 550 type of levels at least. And for Friday, we got ASXC, Ascensa Surgical, holding some shares on this one, looking for it to continue and work its way towards the dollar range at least. From there, who knows? Yeah, this is going to have time. It's going to have to work itself out for sure. Ascensus Surgical. Bore drilling, BORR. Solid move up here. Slightly, could be called a cup and handle maybe if you want to. Maybe not. This might need to work itself down again to make the handle part. This is just a big cup actually on a weekly chart. Yeah, so hitting and checking in here with the 200-day moving average. Possible resistance area for sure. But if it breaks out above that, it could be a good sign. BORR. BTCY, Biotricity. Retest on the 50-day moving average here. If it holds, looking to test up to $1, 110 range at the 200-day moving average. BTCY. BuzzFeed, BZFD. They have a deal with Meta. Continuation above the 200-day. Sharp change in direction of the 50-day moving average there for BZFD, BuzzFeed. Let's go back to that a second. Get a little more context. This could help. Okay, BuzzFeed, sick. Okay, yeah, these are good. This is gonna start working with IPO levels for sure. BuzzFeed has potential IPO steam involved. Kind of good to see. All right, CNP. $50-day just crossed above the 200-day moving average golden cross, but the stock itself is somewhat suppressed, almost looking like it wants to reject that move. But if it's not going to do so, it will be pulling back up above it and confirm the golden cross. CVV, we've gone over it. EVOK, beautiful chart. Wow, it looks good. Just super smooth move up here. Small pullbacks that are handled like perfectly with continuation. Golden crossover needs to occur, which is going to take some more gas here in order to do so, I think. So EVOK possibility needs to work towards 6 and 615 maybe. GFAI breakout above the 25 cents range. Set an alert for me, so I grabbed a couple shares for GFAI. Looking for this to reclaim the 200-day moving average, but I'm not sure. Not too sure. Cheap stock, 24 cents. Couple bucks on it. GLYC. Breakout to new highs on Friday. Closed below it, but above certain specific consolidation areas here that we need to hold. So as far as I'm concerned, good sign for GLYC. Intel dropped earnings and they dropped. Bought back up slightly, but about like a 50 or 40% retracement type of a thing here. Possible bearishness setting up, or we're going to reclaim this 50-day quickly and retest the $30 range quickly. Otherwise, LSI, LYTS, LSI Industries, LYTS stock ticker. Lights. Breakout to new highs right here on the year chart. Is this some type of all-time highs? Possible all-time highs? Oh no, they've been around for a long time. I did this on Friday. I did this on Thursday's watch list too. That's hilarious. Yeah, they've been around for a while, but nice heavy breakout there for LYTS. NXPI, NXP Semiconductors. Possible support area, golden crossover has occurred. Possible support area was down around the $150 area. Breakout needs to occur here, but there's just resistance all over the place. Grab shares and hold it if you love it. XM Qualtrics. breakout to new highs and a consolidation above Thursday's highs on Friday. So this is a good move here as far as making and holding some more highs. If it's going to really change this trajectory and continue, we need to have at least another leg higher, I believe, up to possibly $18 or 1950 type of a range, 1950 maybe, for XM Qualtrics International. Okay, that's going to do it. That's the weekly recap. It's going to be the longer form of how I'm running it so we can see every chart from the week now. And after this video, we're going to start a fresh Monday through Friday watch list each day again and run it back on repeat. I'll see you guys on the watch list coming in for Monday. I'll drop that on Sunday tomorrow. Unless I'm just super bored tonight, maybe I'll get it handled and give an early drop. Thank you guys for checking in. I hope you have a good weekend. Take it easy, and I'll see you on the watch list. Bye.